Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome to 2026. This is my fourth vlog. I was going to do it yesterday. However, I was just too tired. I worked all day yesterday. I'm going to work tomorrow too. But I figured I'd post today and talk about 2025 and how I got to do a few things despite it being a horrible year. I was working for a insurance company out of Ohio. They did managed care, which means they had contracts with Medicare, Medicaid, and it was just misery. I know a lot of people have followed United Healthcare, and they know all of the outcomes of their business practices, and what all that led up to recently. And a lot of the people from United were actually at this place, so you could see how that attitude and those tactics affected my work environment. So I was very happy to get out of there, and I'm working for a startup now, which is very hectic and busy, and I'm putting in some long hours, but there's not an undertone to it, and I don't know if anybody identifies with this. Sometimes a job can be easy, or anything could be easy but feel wrong, or it could be hard and feel wrong, or it could be hard and feel okay. So right now my job's not easy, but it certainly feels good, whereas before my job wasn't easy and it felt horrible. So anyway, that's kind of where my head's at upcoming this year. I think the biggest factor and the biggest challenge is time itself. It's like the biggest enemy of all, because there's 24 hours in a day, and if you work half, if you do a 12-hour day, even if you do 10, it's pretty much half the day, and then you've got to get some sleep. And at my age, I'm requiring way more sleep than I want to, so that means A, I'm getting old, B, I need to start exercising. So today I'm probably going to weigh myself and do the whole tracking of my weight, because not tracking it's not working, and I need to start lifting some weights and doing some things around the house, like I talked about the other day, just getting some exercise, doing some work around the house. So that'll be the plan for this year. But today I'm probably just gonna clean the house and do a few errands and get ready for tomorrow's work day, and then hopefully the weekend maybe I'll actually be able to plan something a little bit more interesting to film. Maybe do like a video of like going somewhere, like some of my previous videos. But 2025 had a lot of good videos, or a few good videos. I did a lot of good things. I got to my first Insane Clown Posse concert. Got to go to Universal with my wife and Disney with my wife not long ago, which was freaking awesome. We've never been there with the Christmas decorations before. I got to meet some of my heroes from some small television series, YouTube series, shows this year. I'm trying to think what else. I can't remember if we discovered and went to the Golden Palace in Moundsville, West Virginia this year, or if it was like the end of last year, but I'm kind of lumping that into my 2025 experience. Got to see Yellow Wolf in concert, which was amazing. I don't listen to his music all the time, like every now and then, but man, that guy put on one hell of a concert over at the Roxy and in McKees Rocks. And if you don't get a chance to go to any other concerts anywhere else in Pittsburgh, if you can get over to the Roxy and see a concert there, I highly recommend it. Gosh, there had to be a whole heck of a lot more stuff that I did. Little bright spots through a really kind of dark year. I think a lot of really good people, well, not a lot of really good people. There were several good people that died this year, celebrities and whatnot. So myself, it was just a bad year because of work stuff and me internalizing too much and having too much anxiety and self-doubt and all of that other stuff, working for, somebody who was a horrible human being, definitely didn't help that. So I think I'm still rebounding from all of that stuff. So anyway, I'm just gonna take you for my little trip here, probably hit Taco Bell. I might go to Home Depot and see if I can find hardware for my door. I'm not gonna buy anything. I should probably tell you, our door on the front of the house, it's not destroyed. The door itself is okay, but all of the hinges are busted and off track. And because we've been yanking on the handle so hard to get it to latch because of the hinges, of course I overforced it the other day and ripped the handle off. So I think I need all new door hardware because the lock was weird on it, and I need new hinges, and I'm not sure how that's going to work, if I have to go to the manufacturer or not. When I YouTubed it, the guy that I watched had to buy a whole new assembly for the hinge side of the door frame, and that had to come straight from Anderson, which is the manufacturer. So Home Depot might not have what I need, but they might have a cheap set of hardware, because the stuff from everything's $100 and more, so I'm gonna try to get it for half that price somewhere. So maybe I'll do that, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna take you on a little ride. We're up at Ross Park Mall right now, and I got you on a little tripod. I'm in my daughter's car, which is why you saw the I think this is Gucci or Chanel, some sort of Gucci or Chanel steering wheel covers. So yes, it did snow a bit last night, which also factored into us not going downtown to watch them raise the ball for Pittsburgh's first night, as we call it here. But not just that, I have 2 people that are sick in the house. I almost felt like I was coming down with something, but I think it was just probably mentally thinking I was getting sick. Just watching the sides here to make sure I'm not gonna pull out in front of anybody. Yeah, so over this way. I think I might be going the wrong way, but I think this is the way to get over to the Home Depot. It's one big circle, and then there's like, I want to say there's 3 or 4 entrances up here to the mall. It's just, I always forget. This mall's been here since I was in high school, and I forget all the time how to get up here, and then, or what side I'm gonna be on, depending on the little driveway I decide to enter in on. And I also forget what stores are on those little roadways that go up, because there's like businesses and stuff on the roads that lead up to the mall, which I would consider to be the mall driveway, but I guess they're actually roads. So we will see. This little tripod's hanging on pretty good. I just have to watch really sharp turns or sudden stops, because I could probably see this camera shattering the windshield if I hit the brakes too hard. Alright, I chose the right exit because there's the easy self-storage, and then right after easy self-storage you have the Home Depot, and I will head over there now. Might as well. And then I've got to get gas. I've got to get gas in this car because it's pretty fairly low. Just gonna check out the door hardware and see if they got what I need. is another place. I'm not really positive if I'm on the right side. Okay, this is non-handicapped, I think. Yeah. Parked behind the Home Depot Equipment Services. I'm gonna head in here, and if I find the hardware, I'll film it. But I don't like. You know what I don't like about filming in a store exactly, and I see a lot of people do it, but I'm the guy that's gonna get stopped for shoving something in his pocket that looks like you know, I'm stealing stuff, and I'm too old to go through those kind of experiences these days, so I probably will keep this in my pocket. But if I feel brave or feel like I'm not being followed by loss prevention, then maybe I'll film in there, but I'm probably not going to. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I do need some of this stuff. How much is this? $7.97 each. Ugh. I'll grab 2 of these. Maybe I better grab 3. I wasn't even planning on getting a cart. How are you, sir? Yeah, could you point me towards, I'm looking for like a doorknob lock assembly for a storm door.
Okay, so aisle 18, 19 is where the hardware area is.
Perfect, thank you. So that's down that way?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day.
You do the same. Always wanted one of these big ass thermometers. I wonder if look at this one's 18. This huge one is only 20. Huh. Well, you got the digital ones. Okay, I've got to chill. I don't really need a thermometer. Okay, calm down. Only I could get excited about a thermometer. All right, let's head over to the door hardware and I'll get you back out. Okay, so this is the problem. I have an Anderson door and their stuff is, I'm not gonna get it cheap. I already know I'm not gonna get it cheap. I think I have, I looked it up on the site and I have a 2000 series. And I did not bring my glasses either. I can't even... Anything smaller than this writing right here is a blur to me these days, unless I have my glasses. I wonder if they have other hardware somewhere. It's exactly like this. This is exactly what I need, is that. That would be so smooth and nice. I'll talk to my wife and see what she thinks about $84 for that. There's got to be a cheaper one. I'm going to go on Amazon and see. I think the ones I saw on Amazon, there was a cheap one that was like I think it was like $50. I don't know. I'm gonna consider that. Okay guys, here's the haul. Who didn't grow up with that iconic image there? I remember eating salt when I was a kid and looking at that. The Morton Salt Girl. Anyway, this was the most expensive item. This was $85 and looks exactly like mine. Hopefully it fits. But they didn't have the hinges, so I'm gonna work on getting those. All right, next stop, gas station and Taco Bell. And I'll be headed home. start over a new year. All right, everybody. Flip you around here, take you for a little drive. This is a nice car. It's one of those it's a Fiat 500, and it's actually got all-wheel drive, which is actually more than I can say about my car. It's got cheaper pieces on it, but I feel like this car is well, number one, it only had 40,000 miles on it, so my wife did a great job picking this car out while I was working, so it's a pretty darn good deal for 40,000. And it's got, like, again, I feel like this was the upgraded model because I think you have to pay extra for all-wheel drive. Now the real question, the most important things that I spend my time thinking about is, do I stop and get gas first, or do I get Taco Bell first? And I think I'm gonna get gas first. Then I'll get a little Taco Bell. This is really dicey here, this little stretch. It's not like they hit it with very much salt. Actually, I think I'm going to do Taco Bell first, because I think I'm going to hit Taco Bell before a gas station. Last year I slid my car right into this curb here, and I thought I really messed it up. It was only a little, tiny little scrape on my rim, which was very, very welcome. I slid, glanced off the curb, and I thought I hit my I thought somehow it might have hit my quarter panel. I wasn't sure exactly how much I hit, or if there's anything else on the curb that I hit, but I pulled over up here in this parking lot and was surprised to see that I didn't really damage the car all that much. So, a nice little Happy New Year message there on the billboard that just went away. Yeah, I'm surprised at how many places are open today, being a holiday. I don't know if this is really feeding into any resolutions going to Taco Bell, but I think just getting out of the house is what I've been missing, and the main reason I'm not in great shape. The car wash is new. There's a building up on top of the hill here on the right that used to be a Holiday Inn. That's oh gosh, it's an old folks home. And then this post office, this side door here, there used to be the coolest record shop inside the post office building, and it was called Record Rama. They had all kinds of records and stuff in there. That was like the OG old school record store in North Pittsburgh. And then this mall that I'm about to go into on the right, it used to be an enclosed mall called North Hills Village. I think it's still called North Hills Village Mall, but it's all interior now. Like, it's not. That guy just turned into the main entrance. I'm gonna go down here because it's easier. If you can get in there and not go past Target, getting in and out of here is a little bit easier. There's a little entrance down here, not at a light, to get in. Right here. And this puts you on the other side of Target, so it's not as hard. Taco Bell's got a decent amount of people. get in here, and I think this is the way to the drive-thru. We shall see. Lot's not the best. However, I was expecting to wake up to a lot more snow this morning. So the fact that all the roads are clear and they did a pretty good job getting these lots clear, I think that we got way less than I thought we would. Okay, the drive-thru's over there. Without lines on the ground, I'm useless. Maybe I'll try something new today. Yeah, well, how much is it a night to stay in Beverly Hills?
Well, at this hotel,
Yeah.
the cheapest night I can get is $900 a night.
Whoa, that's way up there.
Yeah.
Well, why there then? I'm just kidding. All right, so change of direction. I'm headed over to McDonald's to get the sick people in my house some food. So I had to cross over Target anyway, so at least it's not that busy. I think a lot of people still think the roads are bad. Okay, onwards to McDonald's. So this is the little back way over to Mickey D's from the mall here. Gotta make sure I get the folks at home what they need. My wife and I were just talking about going out to LA or something, which sounds pretty cool. You know what's crazy is I can't even tell this is a McDonald's. Look, it's got like a green roof on it. Oh shit, these are some big potholes. Excuse my language. Big back way in. It looks like I'm gonna have to go on to McKnight and then flip around. Okay, that works out. So I'm gonna go back on the highway. Thankfully there's no traffic. Oh, big bump. And we'll go in here. That worked out. There's probably a better way to get in here, but this is the way I went. So I love these choose your own adventure drive-throughs. I am going to go to the left because I'm left-handed. Alright, I'll see you on the other side of this. Actually, there's a shot of that Holiday Inn I was talking about. So that's senior living now. Instead of CD living. CD living in a hotel turned into senior living at Northland Heights. Very nice. Okay, change of plans. That McDonald's was packed. It's not moving. I sat there forever and nobody's moving. So I'm gonna go to a different McDonald's, which is, I guess, a plus of living near a major city, or in a major city, is a McDonald's is usually only a couple miles apart from the next McDonald's. So I'm gonna go to a different McDonald's and go from there. The next McDonald's I'm going to is the one that was used next to Westview Park. It was an old amusement park. They actually had a big sign that said "Welcome to Westview," a big McDonald's sign that's actually in somebody's backyard now, and it still has power to it. Some night when I'm out there, because I think there's some of the bulbs are still working, I'll take you out to see that big old sign that's there. And every time I go over there, I can't shut up about it. So I just wish somebody would fix it, trim the trees away, because this is the other thing. The trees have grown up to where it's like kind of like obscuring it, especially in the summertime. So it's almost not even worth having it there. So let's just flip you around and you can enjoy the rest of the drive. I always marvel too, like, look at this guy's car over there. He didn't even clean it off. My gosh. People just like clean off so they can see, and then they just go. It's apparently some sort of a law or something now that you have to clean it off all the way, because like chunks of ice and stuff will hit the road, cause some hazards, I guess. But yeah, I always make sure I clean it off just to be, I guess if you're old and you don't have a garage or something, you just do what you can do. Let's go to Westview. This is turning into a much longer trip than I thought it would. So I think now I'm going to get gas before McDonald's. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. See that big landscaping company? If you go up that hill, on the other side of that is the it's the cemetery we enjoy walking. And this is what I'm talking about. Like when you're up there and you look out where I'm driving right now, like out in the distance, you would never know that there was all this extra stuff down here, you know, because of all the valleys and whatnot. So you've got all this like really busy area, and then you've got you know, no one can really see it from a distance. A lot of hidden little areas in the hills around Pittsburgh. You can go explore. You know, you find new things here all the time. I've lived here my whole life, and you find things here all the time. Let's see here. All right, get some gas and then over to Mickey D's. Alright, we're fueled up, and then we gotta get over to Westview. Which I think I'm gonna take a back way out there. And should be good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually liking this little tripod I'm using. Like, it's legit just sitting on the dashboard so well. So, cemetery lane to the left, and we're gonna head up this way, and we're gonna go past my favorite Shop and Save. It's a grocery store, and this Shop and Save is straight out of the 80s. In fact, they always play 80s music in there too. So this is Rochester Road. And this goes all the way up to Perrysville if you follow Rochester. And that's named after Admiral Perry, actually. So, a little history. Because Route 19 is Perrysville Avenue. And Perrysville Avenue goes all the way up to Lake Erie. Well, Route 19 goes all the way to Lake Erie, and that's where, I guess, Admiral Perry did all of his military accomplishments happen. There's Shop and Save there on your left. It's a very, very relaxing experience if you grew up in the 80s. I mean, they still have self-checkouts and stuff in there, but if you're an individual who was born in the 70s or 80s, that place feels very, very normal and not so like modern and sterile and stuff. Every now and then I like to go to a modern store, and don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, I love technology, don't get me wrong, and I'd much rather do my own checkout half the time than dealing with somebody who's in a bad mood. But you do miss out on interactions with nice people, because there's plenty of nice people. Okay, so we're in the town of Westview now, and this is where I'm gonna cut through, and luckily they did a good job clearing their streets off, because a lot of turns and hills going this way. this is like this is where I'm gonna go to our backup McDonald's. Hopefully, it's 1:42. I know it's a holiday and stuff. Let's see how the tripod handles this. Okay, yeah, it handled that pretty good. So this is Center Avenue in Westview, and off to the left you see that there's a really tall apartment building. And that apartment building I think was there when Westview Park was there. Westview Park was a amusement park that went defunct before I was born. But you'll see on their sign when we pass it is they have a little carousel horse on top. But it used to be, you know, roller coasters, and there was a dance hall and all kinds of stuff. Now it's just another shopping center. But I think that apartment building's been there for a while. It looks like it was built in the 60s maybe. But I'm a bad judge of buildings and when they were built, especially the ones that are like just plain old brick. You never know when they were built. Oh, and you know what I just did? I brought you to the secondary Taco Bell. I've got to go to the secondary McDonald's. I already got Taco Bell. See, I got too caught up thinking about Westview Park. Well, you got to see secondary Westview Taco Bell. You didn't plow their lot at all. I'm gonna get you over to the McDonald's. This is actually a really good test of the tripod system for driving. Okay. Back up McDonald's. Yeah, you can't see it. It's behind that person's house, the McDonald's sign. I'll have to bring you down. It's more fun to see it trying to light up at night, I think. I'd just love to know what kind of like property law governs that sign. Oh good, this McDonald's is actually moving. Look. We're gonna go to the right this time instead of the left. Should have better results maybe. So look. There's the sign up there. It used to say welcome to Westview.
1625 first window. Thank you. Hi, use the mobile app?
Not today.
Alright, go ahead with the order.
I'm gonna get 4 McChickens,
Alright.
a large basket of fries, and could Jins get me a large Coke with no ice if that's possible?
Let me see. You want a large Coke, no ice?
Yeah, please.
Alright, would there be anything else?
No, but what do you got? You know what? Do they ever talk about the old sign that says welcome to Westview? Are they ever gonna open that again? Or like fix it? Because it's such an icon.
No, I remember that sign. I didn't know it was gone.
It's the one in your backyard that's like in where that house is, that's like partially lit. It used to say welcome to Westview. When you get a sec, yeah, you should ask your manager. Because it's like iconic. Okay, look at this guy. He's got Jedi stickers, AC/DC. He's got a wheelbarrow. I feel like this is my dude. I was talking to the guy. I think the guy in there is my neighbor. But I was asking him about the sign. He doesn't even know there's a sign back there in the woods. You can see it right from here. I don't know. I guess these places get so busy, he probably doesn't even know there's a sign there. It'd be nice if I could talk. Alright, get some food and get home. You see that little cup conveyor belt there? Look at that, it fills the cups. Got a little ice. I wonder how they did mine. They had to bypass it if you ask for no ice. That's cold. Okay. Sustenance has been acquired, and we are going to head back to the ranch. It's turned out to be a really nice day. Oh my god, I think if everyone wasn't sick, maybe I can convince some people to go out with me today and do something. Maybe we'll see. I mean, it's not warm, but the sun feels nice. All right, so next test of the dashboard tripod is this horseshoe bend here in Westview. Passing Betsy Ann Chocolates on the left, which I'm very shocked they haven't had more vehicles hit their building, and then you do this little loop. There's a pinball place there, Pinball Perfection off to the right, which I've never been in, looks cool. And we head up this hill to the top part of Westview. And in the woods to the right, that's where the McDonald sign is. The elusive, unknown welcome to Westview McDonald sign. So those woods down there. And you've got some used car dealerships here, some air conditioning places. You gotta watch these little, well, when you have people selling cars next to collision centers, I'd always be a little bit wary of what you're buying. 'Cause they're not just selling you like wrecked cars, they're also selling you cars that were, they're picking up cars at auto auctions real cheap, cleaning them up, shining them up, and maybe fixing some minor cosmetic stuff, and then they're reselling it for a profit. No one's putting any real work into those cars. Which is kind of like, we just got to the point where, at least me personally, I won't buy another used car unless it's off a private individual that I trust and I know a little bit, or a certified pre-owned car, which is essentially the same price as a brand new car. So that's why my wife and I bought our first brand new car last couple years ago, because it's just, there's no point. You buy these used cars, you end up putting the same amount of repairs into it, maybe more than you would just taking out a loan and buying a car, I guess. I mean, if you can buy the car outright, which is what we did with this one, which was easy enough to do for us right now. But back in the day, we would have never been able to afford this, so we would have had to finance it. Nothing worse than financing something that is going to crap out on you in a few years. So, yep. All right, well, my battery is getting ready to die, so I'm going to end this here. Guys, thanks for popping in, if anybody did, and I guess we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye.